What's up, crypto people? It's CRYPTOPHER, and I'm back with another message for you real quick. Today we had a nice dump in the crypto markets. And like I said, I'm bullish. Whenever there's a dump, it makes me a little bit more bullish, more and more bullish, because you're wiping out a lot of those people that don't belong in this market because they don't really understand what they're getting into. They're just doing it to try to make that quick buck and their Lambo. But there are those of us who understand what this is. This is a real disruptive technological advancement. It's a change in our society and in the way things are done and how payments are transacted. And so when there's a big dump like there is today and last night, people like me actually enjoy it. We rejoice in it. So we got a pretty big crypto-wide dump. And honestly, I don't care. It's more opportunity for me to shop, to buy the dip. Now, like I said, there's going to be some point when you don't want to buy the dip anymore, because the dip is not going to be just a dip and then a bounce back up. It's just a complete plummet, like a waterfall, and it's the end of the game. It's over. And like I said, I believe Bitcoin is near a top. There are indicators, long-term indicators, that show historically that right about now is about the time Bitcoin tops out. But some other indicators that are showing that there may just be a flush of the market, a purge, be it, or however you want to say it, of those people who are real weak and they don't belong and they need to lose a little money so that they can start doing some education and learn how to keep their money, both on the speculation side and on the fact that they're putting their money into something that they don't understand, so they need to start educating themselves about it so they do understand it better. But I'm still cautiously waiting. But as we dump more and more, I'm less and less cautious. I'm more and more bullish. Because if we're going to have the end of a crypto market, we need to be at that real point where everybody is excited. Everybody is a bull. Everybody and their grandmother is talking about crypto like they know it, like they're an expert, until you hit them with the real questions about it, and then they're kind of like, they kind of skate around it so they can still look like an expert. They just have an answer there, but you know very well as an expert that what they're telling you is garbage. So today we had a watershed event, and what that event was that, and it raises some really good points. I've had leftist friends of mine who constantly attack me on my position of China, right? China, I'm against China because they're communist in a lot of ways. And I think that that's bad for the world because they're very controlling. And I'm about free market capitalism. China is capitalist, but they're not free market capitalists. They're crony capitalists. They're communists, where it's controlled by the government and all their cronies. And my leftist friends bring it to my attention, which is true, that majority of Bitcoin that is mined into existence is mined from Chinese rigs and utilizes very, very wasteful energy sources. It burns a lot of energy, in other words, more energy than it produces. And actually, it's not really producing energy because it's not an energy producer. It's just a means of doing transactions. So when you use your computer and you're part of the blockchain ledger system where you're mining and you're doing transactions between two people and you're verifying that those transactions take place using your computer is sucking up all this energy. And I've read that it's the equivalent of approximately 75 gallons of refined gasoline that it takes. That amount of energy that 75 gallons of gasoline produces is what it takes to do one Bitcoin transaction. And when you put that into perspective, boy, how many Bitcoin transactions are going on? You're talking millions and millions of transactions. So, I mean, that may partially be part of the contribution or contributor to why fuel prices are going up. But I also know that because of the Biden Democrat type high tax, high regulation, want to shut down pipeline type ideology, they're making supply of fuel very, very low, and it makes it more expensive. And so you got those two things working together that makes energy really expensive. And right now we're getting gas shortages. That's a different story, different topic. I've gone over that before in past videos. I don't need to belabor that point. But so they come up with a good point about how Bitcoin and other cryptos that are mined need to have a more sustainable way of mining. And so Elon Musk initially was accepting Bitcoin payments for Teslas. Now, Teslas are supposed to be green vehicles, right? They don't utilize fuel. They minimize the amount of fuel they use. They minimize their carbon footprints for all the Green Deal, global warming people. But I subscribe to a little bit of that because you don't want pollution. You don't want to waste energy. I'm a conservative. I like saving energy. I like not polluting my environment. I don't want my kids to grow up in an environment where they get lung cancer and they get sick because the air is so dirty. They can't drink the water. They get poisoned. All right, I subscribe to that. It's just that I don't agree that Democrats are really focused towards that. They're just using that as an excuse to raise regulations and control over business, to be able to tax everyone and to control everyone's income. But, okay, but let's go back to the mere fact that we all want a good economy, though, and we all want a good environment, a healthy one where we live in. So Bitcoin, if it's being mined in places where they use coal to create energy, and China's primarily using the dirtiest coal and the oldest technology in ways where it's just spewing pollution into the air, I mean, as a conservative, how can I be for that? I've thought about it. It's like, I don't believe in the global warming spiel. I think that's a bunch of con artist garbage. I believe that global warming, if it does happen, is from the sun. The sun changes. And if there's any climate change resulting from the sun, it is the sun's cause. Because the sun is the source of heat. It is the source of most of our energy on the earth. And it drives the earth, right? It's a giant electromagnetic motor that our globe is, and the sun is just driving it with its magnetic fields and creating energy on the earth by passing through all these conductors. All right, cool. I'm for clean energy. And if you're Tesla and you've got clean vehicles and you're accepting payment in a currency or cryptocurrency that's produced by dirty things that kind of offset what you're trying to prevent, they're making more of the pollution and the damage to the earth that you're trying to prevent, if that's your message as Tesla, then really you are being hypocritical. So I don't knock Elon, okay? Elon Musk kind of put himself in a very bad position because the sun is going down, obviously, but Elon put himself in a really bad position because here he was for Dogecoin, he's for Bitcoin. He tried to put a lot of Tesla's business corporate holdings in Bitcoin, and then he's also trying to pass off that he's a green entrepreneur, where he's trying to save the world by producing all electric autonomous vehicles. Okay, now you're in trouble because you're going to upset people either way. One way, you're going to upset the crypto people because you got them all excited and they're pumped up, and they made all these prices skyrocket as they were buying Dogecoin and Bitcoin off of what you said. And then number two, you're going to make all the green, like, environmentalists, oh, I got to have such a perfect world, people unhappy because now you're supporting these really dirty means of transacting through Bitcoin and crypto that are mined that way. So I agree, we should find a way to find a more sustainable crypto environment and transact in more sustainable Bitcoin. So maybe this is one of those days where we really needed to have a crash in the market. People need to get out. Not just because they don't know what they're investing in, but also those of us who do know what we're investing in, but we really aren't thinking about the environmental consequences that may hurt us. Maybe we need to get out of it too for a little bit, or have a little penalty to rethink of what we're doing. You know, maybe we all need to become more sustainable miners who find ways to mine Bitcoin to verify transactions on the ledger without eating up our current electrical system and requiring us to produce electricity by dirty means. We have to do it more sustainably and in ways that don't exhaust our resources and create more problems that we need more resources to clean up. I'm all for it. Maybe that makes me a progressive Republican now, instead of a moderate conservative. I'm okay with that. If it makes sense, then let's do it. But I do not support these green people who want to just destroy our standards of living and increase theirs through taxation and then stealing money from the coffers. That's what these politicians do. They put up these great con artist scams that, oh, we're going to improve the environment by taxing everyone and then doing credit trades where if you produce this much pollution, this other company doesn't, you can trade credits, and basically it doesn't affect the amount of pollution produced. It just allows the broker in between to make a lot of money, so it creates an industry for stealing money from companies. And then taxation creates an industry, and then these people are just laundering money out of the government through the taxation. I mean, you know that they're stealing money through the government. I don't trust politicians. I never have, I never will. In reality, as the people, we are the government. They're stealing from us. We need to get control of that. Another thing about what caused Bitcoin potentially to drop, Dogecoin to drop, was that someone gifted Dogecoin to Vitalik Buterin. And he's the founder and the creator of Ethereum, the Ethereum blockchain platform and protocol. And so he's upset because many of these meme coins, like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, many of these meme coins are ERC20 tokens. They are tokens that are created on the Ethereum blockchain. They use up Ethereum resources, and then it requires Ethereum gas or fuel for you to run your Ethereum or do transactions on that blockchain. And it's made Ethereum a very expensive way to transact. And so when they gifted these Dogecoin to Vitalik Buterin, my understanding is that he was upset that Dogecoin is one of those meme coins sucking resources out of his baby, which is Ethereum and the Ethereum blockchain, and which has required the new Ethereum 2.0 protocol to kind of, or 2.0 tokens to be created so that they can improve the gas fees and all the higher costs for operating on that chain. And so he, in a form of revolution, or how should I say, rebellion, he dumped those Doge coins that were gifted to him. And he dumped, there's a large quantity. He dumped that large quantity onto the market. I guess he gave it to charities, which I, can't knock the guy. Even though I have some Dogecoin holdings and it kind of hurt my holdings, I can't knock the guy. Give it to charity if you don't believe in Dogecoin, and knock those people who are just piggybacking on your baby. Get them into gear so that they find a better way to get Dogecoin working. And I love Dogecoin as a meme token, and I love it as a potential for money exchange. So again, we're in a reset phase. We're in an upgrade phase. Do not be afraid if the markets are tanking. Use this as an opportunity to find things that you love in this market and to re-enter. And that is not investment advice. That's just wisdom. On my part, that's what I do. I don't go to the mall and look for the marked up products. Oh, this is now 100% more expensive than it was before, I'm going to buy it? No. You look for the marked downs. You look for the discounts. And it has to be something of value. If you go to Walmart, they have their clearance aisle, or Target has their clearance shelf, where they have these things where nobody bought it in the past year, so they mark it down to get rid of that inventory. So right away, if you were patient enough and they still have supply of it and it was marked down, you can now buy that thing that you didn't buy when it was first released, but now you can get it at a discount. The same thing is in the crypto markets. Maybe that token you wanted, it was just rallying. You didn't want to chase it up after it rallied at 12,000% because you knew it might crash and you would lose all your money. So you patiently tucked away money and you waited, and now it has crashed 20,000%. And it's still a good token. You still want it. You're going to buy now. Scoop it up. Scoop it up now. Both hands is the time to do it. All right, and with that, if it's your first time and you like this information that I'm providing to everybody, and you like what I'm talking about in my content before the sun goes down and you're staring at a black screen, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification button and set it to all so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Since I'm not like one of your typical YouTube producers and I do a video every 5 minutes, often it can be like a day or two or a week or a month before I release another video. And so when you subscribe to my channel and you hit that notification button, in your feed it lets you know, hey, he just uploaded a new video. And if you like it, maybe you want to check it out. So then you can come back and check out my video. And if you like it, you can hit that like button. It hits the algorithms, those computer programs, to let them know people actually like my content. And it helps improve my videos in the placement on your list when I do release a video. And so it'll notify you more. So help me with the algorithms, hit those like buttons. And most importantly, if you believe there are people who can benefit from the information that I share, so that we can all have a healthier crypto market, a healthier investment environment, and a healthier world, freer of pollution and more sustainable, share these videos. Share directly on your social media or directly through text messages or messenger platforms, so that people can watch these videos, learn too, and perhaps share these videos with people they know too. And that benefits me greatly, since I don't charge for this, and since the social media platforms have demonetized me on almost all of them, and I'm currently banned on Facebook because I posted something about the coronavirus that they believe is not true, even though it's from the CDC. It's just part of the obscure portion of their website that they don't want people to really see it. They have to dig for it. So you'll help me out greatly if you can notify people that my video's up. Also, if you want to donate to me, I greatly appreciate that. Also, you don't have to, but I always appreciate donations. And if you want to support any of the affiliates that I have below listed in the description, please do so. I get a little bit of a cut from that when they make money. And I also help support businesses by introducing you to those products. So with that, hopefully we have that good mind state, that even though things are scary, they can be scary in the world and we can have crashes, don't get sucked into the hype. Don't get sucked in and then drowned by that wave when it crashes. Wait for the wave to crash, and then you can swim out into the ocean to catch that next wave that you can ride on to the top and have a great ride, right? That's the way I view investments, like surfing, right? And that's not investment advice. It just makes sense. That's what I would do if I were a surfer. I wouldn't try to swim into these big waves. I would kind of wait until there's a little lull. I would go into the lull, and then when there's a big wave, I kind of duck under and let the wave go over, and then in the next lull, I go out further, little by way, making my way further out until that right moment when you see that big wave forming and you want to catch it. Then I turn around and I paddle like hell. I enter the markets and I let that wave carry me to places that, I didn't expect to go. And hopefully you guys will do that too, and we'll all have a healthier, more fun, exciting ride on the crypto waves that are to come, and a less dangerous ride on the market crashes, whether it be stocks, real estate, bonds, or crypto even. As those waves crash down, you'll learn how to ride the waves better. All right, I love you guys. Have a great life. Until next video, stay safe. Be aware of the more traffic that's out there now that the coronavirus is dying down and more people are out there. Be kind to people. Be patient so that more people and crowds don't make you angry and then you create problems for yourself. Just relax. Have fun with life. We only have one life. It's a short life. Live it to your fullest. Make the money out of this crypto if you can, and pay back to society in the best way you can. Don't just buy your Lambo. Lambos are not the greatest thing. Watch videos of Lambos catching fire and you'll find out a Lambo ain't that great. You'll spend $200,000, $300,000 on a Lambo and it's up in flames the next second you rev it too hard and it goes and it starts the back grill on fire and all that. And hopefully Lamborghinis have been fixed so they don't do that anymore. But don't just think about yourself. Think about your community and how you can improve it with what's coming, with wealth that you might be pleasantly surprised to receive. And you'll have a much better community, because it's much better to be wealthy and enjoy it with people you love than to be alone and rich and everybody hates you and they want to steal your stuff. Love you guys. Take care. Peace.